Hey folks, how's it going? So for some reason, YouTube is not letting me go live tonight, so we're just going to have to do this the old school way. We're going to record it, but I'm still not going to edit it because I really don't care. But what I wanted to talk about were a few things. Wanted to start off with this whole thing about Crunchless Doritos for women. I'm not sure if this is real. A lot of people are like, is this a hoax? This can't be real. But apparently it must be real. There's an article, or at least there was a some sort of interview which was done by the CEO of Doritos or PepsiCo, where basically she was saying, well, let me just start this one from the top real quick. Um, way up at the top. So there was an interview on Freakonomics Radio, episode called "I Wasn't Stupid Enough to Say This Could Be Done Overnight." Um, and there was an interview with Indra Nooyi. She's the CEO again of PepsiCo, and basically, here's what she was saying. So let me just go straight to it. So she's talking about Crunchless Doritos and whatnot. And the question she's asked is, I understand that men and women eat chips very differently. Can you tell us the differences? And so Nuyi says, when you eat out of a flex bag, one of our single serve bags, I did not know they were called flex bags, especially as you watch a lot of the young guys eat the chips, they love their Doritos and they lick their fingers with great glee. And when they reach the bottom of the bag, they pour the little broken pieces into their mouth because they don't want to lose that taste of the flavor and the broken chips in the bottom. Gosh, I feel like she's talking about us like we're little 2-year-olds. I mean, great glee and reaching. Okay. So then she goes on to say, women would love to do the same, but they don't. They don't like to crunch too loudly in public, and they don't lick their fingers generously, and they don't like to pour the little broken pieces and the flavor into their mouth. So if this is real, if Doritos is actually going to come out with Crunchless Doritos, I think it's great. I think it's an awesome thing. If women, if they've obviously done the research that suggests that women don't want to crunch when they're eating their Doritos. They would like to do it, I'm not gonna make it sound. Something like that. I don't know. But this is just, it's almost borderline ridiculous. So I can see why people are like, this can't possibly be real. But at the same time, I can really see this being a product. I mean, you don't know what you don't want until someone presents it to you. You don't know what you want until someone presents it to you. So who knows? Crunchless, messless Doritos might be just what the doctors order. I mean, you see so many women when they put on their lipstick and everything, they have to chew things so that it doesn't touch their lips and things like that. So there are a whole lot of nuances that are out there that some women would probably really love a product like this. So I'm not going to knock this. I actually like the idea. I like that, they're coming out and they're trying to market things for a female conscious audience, or an audience that doesn't want to make a mess in general. I mean, I'll try them as well, because sometimes you're sitting in a conference room or in a meeting and you don't want to make a sound. I don't want my bag to make a sound when I open it. So can you make your flex bags just completely silent and then make the chip silent as well? I want to be able to just sit there and eat my chips like I'm a ninja. I don't want people to know that I have them. So I think this is great. So anyway, moving on to another food product. Let's talk about French fries. Apparently, there's a chemical in French fries that could cure baldness in humans. Guess who did the research? The Japanese. The Japanese are always finding these things out. I mean, how? How did they know this? So, scientists in Japan found that a chemical used to cook the fast food giant's fries helped to cure hair loss in mice, and are hopeful it could do the same in humans. And to this, I also say, oh, this is why I don't eat fast food, because this is disgusting. There's a chemical that can help cure baldness in my French fries. See, this is why this is why you eat. You don't eat out. You make your own food. If I'm gonna make fries, I'm gonna buy my own potatoes. I'm gonna slice them up. I'm gonna use some hydrogenated vegetable oil or whatever type of healthy oils to use. The chemical is called. Let's read this all together. This is a long word. I'm going to help you sound it out. Dimethylpolysiloxane. And it's found in silicone. So they're putting silicone in our French fries. No, this is disgusting. It's added to oil to cook fries, and researchers were able to produce follicles which could sprout human hair. This just makes me think, when you eat McDonald's french fries, does that mean that the dimethyl polysiloxanes and the silicone is breaking down in your belly and it's causing you to grow little hair follicles in your belly? Hopefully not. I don't know all the science to this. I got to talk to the Japanese. Silicone is usually added to fries to prevent the oil bubbling and spitting. When the cells were cultured in a cooking aid, they grew 5,000 hair follicle germs simultaneously, scientists said. The follicle germs were then transplanted into bald mice that began to sprout fur within days. That is just awesome and makes my skin crawl. So, yeah, if you're balding male or a balding female, next time you don't want to get Rogaine or whatever's out there, just hop on over to your local McDonald's and just dip your head in their scalding hot oil. Maybe wait until it's cooled down. So maybe be like the first one there before they turn the vats on to start heating up their 10-day-old oil, and then just dip your head in there for a good time, or just ask them for the oil flat out. Just say, can I have some of your dimethyl polysiloxane oil? And when they ask what you're talking about, just point over to the vat of fries and just get you some oil and slather it on your head and watch your hair grow back in a matter of days. That is just disgusting. And speaking of disgusting, let's move on to this next story. A father aged 42 and a daughter aged 20 are arrested after allegedly having a baby together. Not allegedly, they actually did have a baby together. This is just flat out incest. Here's a picture of the crazy couple. You got one guy that looks like Ben Solo, and this is his daughter right next to him. And apparently, this North Carolina father and his biological daughter were charged with incest after they allegedly had a baby together. Because, yes, we are in 2018, but apparently people still think that there aren't enough other people out there to help populate the world, so they have sex with their own family members, just like the neighbors in Springfield, the Shelbyvillians, although they were marrying their cousins. This is just disgusting. So Stephen Plattle, age 42 of Knightdale, and his daughter Katie Plattle, 20, were arrested on January 27th after Plattle's estranged wife reportedly told police about the pair's baby. So the guy was married, and apparently he must have broken up with his wife to get with his daughter and then to have a baby with her. Katie Plattle was reportedly adopted out of state when she was born, but when she turned 18, she found her biological parents through social media. After making contact with them, she moved into their home in August 2016 with their two other children. So they have two children already. This oldest one, I guess, they kicked out or, put her up for adoption. This one comes back, and here we are. Crazy little family. And here are actual pictures, it looks like, with the baby. The wife, who was not identified, told police that Stephen Platter would sleep on Katie's floor, and the month before she left the home, the wife reportedly discovered one of the other children's journals in May 2017, and in it she read that her estranged husband had impregnated Katie Plattle. Warrants say Stephen Plattle told his other children to call Katie Plattle their stepmom. Yes, your sister is now your stepmom. This makes complete sense. Stephen Plattle allegedly confessed that it was true when his estranged wife asked him about the pregnancy. He allegedly told her he planned to marry their daughter. Katie Plattle's Instagram bio states that she is married. A baby boy was with the pair when they were arrested, reports said. It is not clear who currently has custody of the child. Obviously, they should not have custody of the child anymore. Stephen and Katie Plattle are both charged with incest, with an adult, adultery, and contributing to delinquency. And I've heard arguments about, okay, why are they being charged, and especially why is there a $1 million bond? Because while this might be morally acceptable in some areas, it's not morally acceptable in the U.S. And beyond that, it's just not scientifically acceptable either, because as many people know, there are health complications that come when you have sex with people within your own family. I mean, you have all these genes that should not be mixing back together, and that's how health defects happen. Hopefully the child is healthy, but who knows? But this is why incest has been frowned upon. It's a scientific fact that things don't come of it with the offspring. So just craziness. So those are the three main stories I wanted to focus on. The rest of it is pretty much things video-wise. The Cloverfield Paradox, if you haven't heard, came out, and Rotten Tomatoes just completely lambasted it. Brilliant casting, overshadowed by a muddled mix of who knows. But I thought it was going to be good when I saw the trailer for it yesterday during the Super Bowl. I was pretty geeked, and then when I saw the Rotten Tomatoes film score as well as the audience score being a 59, well, I guess that just changed my mind. But I might still check it out just to see what it has to offer. It can't be that bad, right? I mean, the critics got The Last Jedi wrong, so they may have gotten this one wrong. It's got a higher audience score than The Last Jedi. And then one of the best Super Bowl ads from yesterday was the Tide commercial. Apparently, they really had to do a lot of work coming out of the whole Tide Pod issue, so they enlisted David Harbour to do a whole bunch of Tide Pod commercials, or a whole bunch of Tide commercials, and it was just pure genius. And here was one of the main commercials.
Typical Super Bowl car ad, right? Or a hilarious beer ad. Or whatever ad this is. Whatever. It's a Tide ad.
It's a Tide ad.
What?
Actually, this is a Tide ad. See, it's clean.
There are no stains. Look at those clean clothes. What else would this be an ad for? Diamonds? A gift that lasts for a no. Tide. It's time for a cold refresh. Tide ad.
Fall into the sleep of
No. Tide. No. Tide ad. Extreme. No. Tide. Tide!
Meet the all-new.
No, it's a Tide ad. Tide.
So, does this make every Super Bowl ad a Tide ad? I think it does. Watch and see.
Perfect, right? And so the ensuing commercials with Tide were just as brilliant, where they made you feel like it was going to be a normal commercial. They even enlisted the Old Spice guy, who always is doing random things like sitting on a horse with diamonds pouring out of his hand. Although instead of the Old Spice popping up, it was Tide detergent popping out of his hand, and David Harbour was also on the horse behind him. I mean, just pure genius. It was awesome. And then, of course, in the not so awesome, we had Philly native Kevin Hart doing what Philadelphians do best, making a fool of themselves. And this was him on the NFL Network's post-game show, and just completely drunk, completely out of his mind. And here's what ensued.
Celebrate this win tonight. What do you do from here?
You know what? Philadelphia is a great city. I hope this is an example of what we can do. We can.
And so they bleeped it out here, but basically he said the F word, and that was pretty much the end of this weird, just unnormal interview with Kevin Hart. Earlier in the celebration, he tried to get up on stage while they were presenting the Super Bowl trophy, but he got denied by this man who was probably 5 times his size. But yeah, just completely ridiculous. Why make a fool of yourself, Kevin Hart? Why can't you just, stay in your seat and play your part? Just get out of here, man. Like, just ridiculous. So that's Kevin Hart. And then I think that's all I had, though, for now. Everything else is me trying to figure out why YouTube Live wouldn't work. But let me know what you think about all the stories that I covered today. Are you looking forward to Crunchless Doritos? Do you think that the backlash that women are having against it is a bad thing? I mean, this one article I basically was reading makes it seem like she's not for it at all, and that, this whole female empowerment thing just doesn't, match up with what the Crunchless Doritos are doing. This isn't what it's about. And then let me know what you think about the whole McDonald's fries having the dimethyl polysilicones in it. And finally, the main story that I covered here, this poor baby, a victim of incest. And then anything else? What else is out there? So yeah, sorry this threw me off a little bit because it didn't go live, but I am posting it now, so hopefully everything goes well. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've posted one video a day so far, and I've been doing a great job, so let's hope this one gets uploaded. Other than that, I will see you all later. Peace out.